Woke up in that bitch, making another deposit. For the shit you talking about, you know you ain't really pop. What's going on with everybody? We back in with another one. Y'all seen from the title, so y'all know what this one about. This right here, bro, I'm finna show y'all an ancient alien clip, right? And no cap, bro. A lot of people be on the internet saying like, oh, ancient alien is fake, woo-doo. But really, bro, ancient alien really be telling folks shit. Like real shit. Ancient alien dead ass be telling folks shit. Let him who has eyes see clearly. That's all I'ma say. Real talk. Finna go to the clip and shit for y'all.
McMurdo Station, Antarctica. Located on the southern peninsula of Ross Island, this is the largest research station on the continent. It was opened by the U.S. government in 1956 and houses up to as many as 1,200 residents at a time. In January of 2015, a U.S. Navy flight engineer who served with the Antarctic Development Squadron at McMurdo for 14 years came forward to investigative reporter Linda Moulton Howe with bizarre accounts of his time in Antarctica.
In January 2015, I got an email from a retired naval flight engineer. He's asked me to call him only Brian in the world public. And this is what he told me. From about 1983 to when he retired from the Navy in 1997. He was in all kinds of what they call Antarctic Squadron expedition missions that included rescuing people in and out of various places. In all these trips, nothing of a high strangeness had occurred, and then all of a sudden it was one thing after another. During a squadron mission in the Transantarctic Mountains, the whole crew saw a whole bunch of silver darting objects. And they are round. And he says they're doing the strangest thing. They're going like to this peak in a group, to this peak in a group, to this peak in a group, and then they'd all take.
All right, y'all see what they said, right? They said the UFO were going to the mountain peaks and shit like that. We already know that the mountaintops are tree stumps, and some of them are giant pyramids. On this channel, we already know that. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that Antarctica is the ice wall that surrounds this realm, right? So, one thing that those crafts could be doing is they could be going around inspecting the energy levels or the kundalini energy levels of the trees and shit like that. Because the trees are still alive, bro. When you cut down a tree, if you don't uproot the tree, it's still gonna be alive, right? So that's the same thing with these giant trees, bro. They still alive. It's just, they cut, you know what I'm saying? They cut, but the roots are still there. So one thing they could be doing is inspecting the trees or the pyramid type shit. Cause we don't necessarily know which craft those are. Could they be government or, you know what I'm saying, Aboriginal crafts or whatever? We don't necessarily know. Being that it seemed like they just came and just inspected something and flew away, I feel like those are Aboriginal crafts, us, if you want to say it like that.
And not only did this happen once, it happened over and over.
According to the informant, this was just one of many strange mysteries on the continent that he witnessed during his time there.
They get an assignment not long after there's a medical emergency. They are now under the gun, the clock is ticking, and a decision was made. They're going over through the no-fly zone because it's a medical emergency. And what do they see? In the ice, like a huge entrance to a cave, but slanted going down. And he said, I think it was at least, Linda, 200 feet in diameter, a big hole in the ice. And he said, our instruments are not operating. We were losing electricity. We had magnetic anomalies. And we concluded there's something about this hole that is now causing these problems. They do their medical recovery. And the next thing they know, they're all being chewed out by men in suits that are not from McMurdo. They appear to be from Washington, D.C., and as he said, they told us that we are never, ever to fly over that hole, and we are never to discuss it again. What is that about? And does that have anything to do with all these other pieces that keep emerging? that there might be something archaeological in Antarctica.
According to ancient astronaut theorists,
man, it most definitely, man, it's, bruh, it's stuff in Antarctica that was flash frozen, bruh. Like, there's pyramids that they still like crystals and all that, bro. They just frozen over. When this shit start melting, bro, people gonna see, like, man, bro, some of our technology and shit like that, bro, that's still here. Like, it hasn't been blown up and shit like that. It's flash frozen in Antarctica, straight up.
this was not the first time a massive hole has been spotted in the ice of Antarctica. Famous polar explorer Admiral Richard Byrd allegedly reported seeing a massive entrance to an underground world during his 1947 expedition to the South Pole.
Admiral Byrd made a lot of unusual statements, allegedly talking about a large opening at the South Pole that went deep inside the Earth, ice-free, and was inhabited by various sorts of aliens. And when Byrd got back to the United States, he was brought back to Washington, where he was questioned very heavily about his statements. And allegedly he was told to stop talking about this. You have to wonder, is the South Pole some kind of extraterrestrial entry zone? Some kind of portal that's so important that it has to be controlled by the military?
That's it. Well, as y'all can see, that's the video. And no cap, bro, like, what he said about the portal shit, that shit real. Like, the world isn't, I remember back then I said the world was hollow, but nah, I wouldn't say that now. You know what I'm saying? Back then I would have said that, but nah, it's not hollow. Like, what Byrd found was, when he went down into this hole, there was a portal that led him to another realm on this planet, like, real talk. That's really what's going on. So when Bruh said the portal thing, he kind of right, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments, all that, and we out here. They want this shit right here to stop, but this shit here ain't stop. Hit that little bit triple time, now that big key stop.